to the Indie Wrestling Guy with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
Back. We are back. Yeah, and I had people ask me, where'd you guys go and what happened last week? And I was like, nothing.
Yeah, we're not going to get
week. It was just a bad week for everybody overall.
Yeah, we're not going to get into detail, but Monday was a really bad week last week, and we'll just kind of leave it at that.
It was a week if it was a day, baby. It was a long week, and I am here in the Fortress of Solitude tonight, not in my normal place for it. So, yeah, it was shitty.
If you paint the wall gray, it looks like a sex dungeon.
I'm trying to find like how I can use like a good background, but I don't. But you need like a green screen for it to really like look right. Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna take my microphone away, and all you'll see is like a floating head. So fuck it, just use it as that.
I don't know the white shirt with the white background. You're close to that anyway now. Oh.
Yeah, and my face is too tan. As I look at I'm like, what happened? Too much golf. Yeah, very tan. So. Oh, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see you guys, and just very glad to be back. But I'm sad that I missed all of our stories that we had to tell. So we need to catch everybody up on everything, literally everything.
It's going to be like a 2-hour show, and the main event's going to be like 20 minutes.
Right. The list of stuff we got to talk about is ridiculous. So let's get started.
Yes.
Texas trip. Let's start with the All In Texas trip that I made. So my friends dropped me off at the airport at 2:30 in the morning. I was trying to get on a standby for a 5 a.m. flight that when I got there, I found out was canceled. Oh. So then I basically had to sit around until 7 o'clock to see if I could get on that flight. That flight was full up, so I didn't get on a plane until 11, almost noon. Got on that flight, got in about 3 o'clock. Took a nap, went to Dynamite, had a blast.
You were sending pictures our way for everything. It was great.
Yeah. Whataburger is the king of the trip. Whataburger is now my favorite fast food restaurant down there. They killed it. Every time we had Whataburger, it was really good. It takes a while to get the food, but it was good every time.
What's good about Whataburger?
It's hard to explain, man. Their burgers are like they're not as expensive. They're maybe about as expensive as McDonald's, but their burgers are worth it. Like the one I had, it felt like it was like a legit half pound, and it was 2 pieces of meat. I mean, it was good meat. The fries are really good. They have spicy ketchup. They have all kinds of different stuff. Like they have like a gravy for the chicken tenders if you want gravy instead of like a barbecue sauce. It's really good.
I like that. Yeah,
they hit every time. Like they knocked it out of the park. Like the one of them we went late. I think it was after All In, and they were all high as shit. And I was like, this food's either going to be all fucked up and wrong, or it's going to be the fucking bomb. And it was the fucking bomb. they hooked it up. They hooked it up 6 weeks from Sunday. It was great. They did their job correctly. It was great. Then Thursday we kind of just hung out. Didn't really do much. And then Friday was StarCast. I met Bryan Danielson and Tony Storm.
Okay, so StarCast. So you purchased your StarCast photo ops prior. Were you allowed to like purchase other photo ops when you got there, or was it all just that you had to have your lines and everything set?
So you could still do photo ops up until like a certain time. Like you could still like buy them on the site. But they like. A lot of them had sold out, so it was like there was what was limited, and then they had 2 locations where you could just go and do like the normal meet and greets. They had one place that was all free, and they had one that was paid. I never went into the paid room. I was told by Zach that it smelled really bad in there. He did get a photo with the Outrunners, who he really likes now. And then we went up and to the free one at the end, and like a lot of people had left because they were supposed to leave at like 3 o'clock or forget what time it was that they were supposed to leave. But Queen Aminata had stayed around, so I got a photo with her. She was awesome.
By the way,
nice lady.
You mentioned her. There was a guy I was sitting next to last night at the PWJ show. He's one of the stepdads. You ever hear of that tag team? So he's based out of like Pennsylvania, like like Ultramantis, that area, like. And southern New Jersey, and he was telling me he trained with Yuta. That's where he started.
Okay.
So he was telling me he was at that thing, and it was like $40 or something, and the the general admission meet and greets were free, like Aminata and that crew, like the kind of the lower range AEW guys. And he said he got a chance to meet her, Marshall and Ross, the Von Erichs, and then a few others. And he said that was really good for the money for like $40 just to get in the door, I guess.
Yeah, because they had like other stuff that you could do too, like some of the panels, which we ended up not doing because like I'll get to it, but like we did Queen Aminata, got an auto with her in a photo. Then we met Bryce Remsburg again. And then
he said he met Bryce. Yeah,
good dude.
Yeah, and then we just kind of hung out in there because it was air conditioned. Then I had to go wait in line to get my photo with Brian, and Brian, they moved us into the sunlight, so I ended up like sweating really bad. I got sunburned waiting for him for like the hour that we had to wait because Hurt Business showed up late, so then it messed everybody's times up. So like, and then like getting into like at the point when I finally got to meet Brian, it was just like a real quick cordial hello photo out, even though I wanted to mention something to him. I didn't even bother because I was in such a mood. Like I got my photo, I found Zach after, and I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. I just want to go home. I was miserable at that point because Texas heat, I was sunburnt. Like I was thirsty. I was miserable. I was like, let's just get the fuck out of here. So we dipped out. We didn't even stay for his panel or anything. So like, yeah, it was like $40 for the general admission bracelet or whatever. And it was fine. But like some of the stuff I wanted to do, you had to have the higher end bracelet. It was stupid. Right. But it was whatever. Overall.
And that was what, Friday or Saturday morning?
Friday. And it was also, they also had stuff Saturday morning, but we didn't go to anything Saturday morning. But it's all right there. Like literally that hotel is like right next to the arena, right next to that esports arena that they ran before when they were there for a while. And I think they should have done it at the esports arena because this hotel just was not made for this kind of thing. Like the line to get your bracelets went outside and wrapped around like the whole hotel after a certain point. Like we got there super early and got ours with no problem, but it was like it went into a room that was just empty. Like there was like that's where they kept the merch and that's where they were. So it was like a giant cluster of people trying to get in and out of there. And it's in this tiny room.
Did they have enough stuff? Like do they run it like they run their shows where they have like a small merch table and everybody's clamoring to get stuff, or was there enough stuff?
I mean, they had like all the stuff that they had in there. They had like an exclusive All In shirt that we got. It was like a nice soft blue shirt, which was like $50. And then they had that Okada figure when they made the announcement in the lobby that he was getting a special edition figure. So then we got a couple of those.
There was enough, or were there a lot of like?
It sold out by like, I want to say when we went to leave after Danielson, so it was like about 4:00. They were sold out, but they still had the autographed ones for $150. So,
well, that's good. Okay, interesting.
I love how you act that they have enough. Like there's really any way of knowing what enough going to be.
No, because like people bitch. I just want maybe he was as I'm walking out, people are like, people are like, fuck, the figure ghouls. They love that crap.
No, I limited myself to 2, and Zach bought 2, so it was fine.
What is Zach doing with them? Making bootleg toys
Zach,
with them?
One of them. One of them went to me that he bought, so I had 3, and then he kept 1 for himself.
Okay. So I thought he put it up next to his Danhausen figure and his Derek figure, which was, thank God. Oh my God! Wait a minute. I don't think they sent it back to me. Oh crap. I think the idiots in my office did not send my tiny Derek back to me when they sent my box full of stuff. Now that I'm thinking of Zach. I'm really upset. Anyway, let's I went from making fun of Zach to now I might need him because I might need another tiny Derek.
I'm sure I'll be able to get you one. He showed me which part of the vacation he showed me how to make those, and I made my own little mini character, and he glows in the dark. So that was one thing he showed me how to do, which was really cool.
That is cool.
I didn't go swimming the whole time we were there because it was so hot that it was like bath water. So there's no point in swimming. So he said that's where they usually go at night. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I was like, I'm not going night swimming with my friend and his wife. That's just
very intimate.
Right.
Maybe if there was another woman there and you guys could switch off. I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord. Oh, JHawk.
I'm joking.
Anyway, so All In didn't feel like it was as long as everybody said it was. It flew by where we were at.
It did go on for a while.
I will bust Zach's balls on this because I told him, he sent me a message while he was up in this, like he was trying to get the baseball jersey, the All In baseball jersey. It's what he was, the only thing he wanted.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sold out in each line when he went to go get it. So, but they did put it back up online, and he was able to order one. So,
thank God.
He waited in line for like, he missed all the pre-show matches, and he missed like the first half of the first match. So he messages me. He's like, he went to the bathroom and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get food on the way back." I'm like, "Okay," because he brought us waters when he came back the first time. He's like, "Hot dog or nachos?" And I'm like, "I'm a nacho guy," so I was like, "Nachos," thinking he was gonna fucking bring back nachos to the seat, right? He comes back empty-handed. I'm like, okay, maybe the line was too long. So I was like, I give it a couple, like I give it like the rest of the match. And I'm like, hey, what happened to the nachos? And he goes, "Oh man, I housed a hot dog on the way back." And I'm like, oh, okay. And then,
hell, Zach?
so he didn't fucking like, he just didn't recognize with like his ADD that like he was clearly offering to buy food, and like he like read it back later, like 2 days later, and his wife called him out on it, was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like you clearly offered to buy him food and then didn't bring him food. So then we were messing with him like the whole rest of the trip. Like anytime like he asked something, I was like, "Are you gonna bring that? Or are you just asking to ask?" Like,
yeah, is this really gonna come about, Zach?
Right. So
I actually saw a YouTube video the other day that was basically that. The guy's like, you want coffee? Yeah, sure. And he kept back on that coffee. Where's my coffee? I just asked if you wanted one. I didn't think I'm getting you one.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was like, "Butters, you a nachos guy?" "I am." "All right, that's good to know. All right, see you later."
But I will say I did have macaroni and cheese with pulled pork and barbecue sauce on top of it for $12 at that stadium, which is a killer price. And it was a big container of it. It wasn't some small little thing. It was big, so it was very worth it. They hooked it up there for free at a stadium for $12. I couldn't believe the price.
That's really good. That's Texas prices right there, baby. That's so really great.
And then the rest of the trip, we just hung out and just went to different places. And I got him into trading cards. We went and hit a couple shops up and found these exclusive AEW trading cards from All In Texas that they gave out to some local shops. Oh, and cool. The whole thing was supposed to be that you get one pack and you'd be entered into win like ringside tickets to the show, but they didn't tell anybody until like it was super late. So all these places had all these extra packs for nothing. So the first place we went had no idea what we were talking about, had no idea what wrestling was. Like they had no idea what anything was. The second place we went knew exactly what we were looking for, gave us each a handful of them.
Nice.
So we were able to pull all 12 cards from the set. So I have some extras left over. I got to give to my friend that got me into trading cards as well. But then we bought some packs of or some boxes of cards and pulled those, and we got a bunch of like really good stuff out of it. We got like a numbered Brody King, some good stuff like that. And then Zach is so addicted to it now, he went and bought more cards after I left, and he pulled a signed MJF card. So
oh shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
But did he get the exclusive JGold Wave 3 card from the IW Guide?
No.
Not yet.
Why would he want to downgrade after he got an autograph from the star of Happy Gilmore 2?
See, you don't care because you already have one, but I don't have a card yet, so I am anxiously waiting for a card.
The line got changed up again, so it's going to take some time. Like we had to move some people around. You're still in it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, as long as I'm still in it, I'm happy.
I moved some people around. Some things got moved around, so we'll get there.
All right. Now I don't have to give anybody in my office one, so screw them.
So
more for me.
So what was without giving away too much, how was your ETU experience that same weekend?
Oh, ETU is always amazing. We had a great time. I took like 7 people with me, so that was a lot of fun. I spent some time. We'll talk about it with Josh Bishop. It was very stoned, but that was a lot of fun, and I needed that. That was, ETU puts on a really, it's a very positive atmosphere. It's like very chill. So that was a hoot. And then so while we were gone, I did that Thursday before ETU. I did Superman twice, and then this Thursday that passed, I did Fantastic Four twice in IMAX. So I got to the movies, I got to ETU, I got to Slammiversary, and I got to PWJ in the last 2 weeks.
That's what we did Thursday. I got to see Superman, which still, I don't like Superman, but this movie was like a top 5 superhero movie for me. It was excellent. I can't wait to see Fantastic Four next.
Oh, it was great. Fantastic Four. I caught it both times in IMAX, and it is awesome. I highly recommend everybody seeing it. And in IMAX, they changed like the what do they call it? Like the perspective when you're looking at Galactus. And it's he's gigantic. Like in IMAX, it is overwhelmingly like, just like this giant planet eater, and it's great. So highly recommend.
Then we had AEW Absolution, which we're going to cover next week on the show, but that did happen. I was there live for that.
JHawk, were you there or no?
I did not make the trip, and I honestly haven't even watched the show yet. I got to watch it during the week here, kind of ready for next week. But
I dig it. Yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it very much. We'll go over that too. But yeah, that was definitely.
I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts that'll probably make me an enemy of the state, I guess. But I got some thoughts.
I took the heat off of you for a show. You can go back to your role now.
Right.
Yeah.
Then Saturday we had Wrestling Under the Stars.
Now what was that again? Because I know you did that last year.
That's New Wrestling. Northeast Wrestling, they do baseball stadium shows. They use Neopro's ring. They had a bunch of Neopro guys on it, including Zay Garcia.
Anybody big on that one?
Let's see who was there. Shelton Benjamin, MVP both wrestled. Kane was a meet and greet. Scott Steiner was a meet and greet. Matt Riddle was in the main event.
Wow.
Wrestled.
Who runs that? Who's the promoter?
He's a guy from New York. I reached out to him. I had an email conversation with him about having Mikey on the show, and it never got past the initial stages post WrestleMania. So,
Jesus,
yeah. So it could have happened. Didn't happen, but maybe next year we'll have.
We'll have to work on that.
Then you went to Slammiversary. You were a special guest and went to Slammiversary.
Mike Santana. So what really happened was I was going alone. And I was going to buy, like $40 tickets. And yes, I love name dropping. I go ahead and I DM Struggles, our pal from ETU. And I said, hey, any chance that Mike could sweeten up our my ticket for tonight? And he said, I'll get back to you in an hour. And he texted and he goes, the only way we could do that is if I go with you. And he's like, I really don't want to go. And I was like, come on, you could do it. And then Bagelmonger and Jack Solomon and Struggs, I'm like, everybody's going. So we all ended up going. And as we were going around the building, we were like looking at the tickets and it's like, oh, you are in section 115. We're like, hey, 115, that says Diamond Club. We're like, that can't be right. And it was. We were in the Diamond Club. We get the bathroom and the food, and I got an aisle seat because my prostate is so enlarged. I have to pee every 4 seconds. So, so it was great. And I got to tell you, it's the first TNA show I ever went to, and it was really good. It was. Listen, the end sucked really badly. Like the WWE stuff that they put in there was horrible. But like AJ Styles came out, and the fans like lost their minds. That AJ Francis dive through the ladder was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. He gave up on that dive. Like as the ladder was going over, you could see him go, nope, not taking it. And he just jumped and 2 legs through the ladder and just balls himself.
Flopped all the things.
It was great. We were sitting right behind Cardona's dad, who there was a bunch of guys next to us who were booing Cardona. And Cardona was with like the system, of course. And we got to see Bishop, which was really cool. And Bishop, if Enzo would have shut up for like 3 seconds more, Bishop would have gotten more offense. But Enzo talked, and they like cut a whole bunch of the match because he went so long. So whatever.
That's what he does. That's why he always had heat, because he just does whatever he wants and then screw everybody else.
Yeah, he definitely talks entirely too much, kind of like me. And you're like, Enzo, wrap it the fuck up so we can see the match. And but they do a really good job. So I was very happy with Slammiversary. That was a fun. I didn't have to pay for the ticket, but it's $50 to park. So you might as well have bought the ticket anyway, right?
Damn, that's crazy,
ridiculous.
No, you couldn't take the train or anything. You could afford to park.
I should have taken the train.
Was that an option?
It is for me, yeah, because but the problem with the Long Island Road is I would have had to gone into the city to jump on that train, and then it takes you back out because there's no direct line to get to UBS from my house. So you have to go in and then out, and it's only like it would take me maybe under an hour, but it's still nonsense to have to go all the way in just to turn around and come all the way back out. So I drove, and it took me 10 minutes to drive, which is a lot easier.
So a ride share would have been probably.
Well, this was the one time because we didn't realize that everyone was going until late, and I normally go with Andrew and stuff, but they were doing other things. So I ended up I'm just going to take my car and go by myself.
Well, I mean, even like an Uber probably would have cost less, right?
Yeah, and then you have to sit in those weird Uber lines where everyone's calling an Uber, and you're just like, you get your hands up, you're like, I don't have any idea how I'm ever going to find my Uber in this mess, right? So
that's the thing. That's what you're trying to do, Uber after a show like that, like on the way to. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but then after you could just jump on the train and go home. So
you remember the mess during WrestleMania out here where the train stopped running and then no one could get Ubers. The Uber lines were like 4 hours. Like I did not want to be a part of that night either, So, but that's going to be out here this weekend on Saturday and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh Lord, and then they're coming to you guys. I think Monday night for Raw in Cleveland.
No, they actually they did SmackDown this past Friday.
Oh, is that what it was? SmackDown in Cleveland? Aha. Well, yeah, there's a lot going on over here. And since we're on the topic of Slammiversary, Kyle from the Night Shift show and the Main Event Network, him and Tucker, I believe, are coming out on Thursday, and we're going to see some podcasts and see Bret Hart. And then Friday, we're going to WrestleCon maybe. And then Friday night, we're going to GCW. So there is indie wrestling all around that area. Unfortunately, it's all GCW indie wrestling. Like there's nothing else around. Nobody decided to run, which
you might get to see Dom then, right?
I assume so. I think that first night's going to be, I'll probably see him on Friday night. I know they're doing Emo Fight on Saturday evening, and they're doing Bloodsport.
I think he's on Bloodsport this time. So
yeah, he's on Bloodsport this time around. I've actually got Bloodsport on my. We'll get to it for what's gone, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, there's a ton of crap going on over here this weekend, and I'll probably drive all around, and Kyle's staying as far as possible from the venue. He might as well have stayed in Indiana and let me go get him and bring him back because he is like 45 minutes from Manhattan.
Those Midwest guys, they don't know shit. They gotta teach them these things. I luckily had our friends that had an apartment right above them that we could stay in, so it was easy to kind of get around. And Brooklyn,
and Austin is gone. He moved away.
He did. He moved to Denver. So safe travels, brother. Hope you enjoy your new time and back
all the fresh air and in the Rocky Mountain State or whatever it's called. Oh man.
So anyway, Neo Pro on Friday.
Yes.
Had a triple threat number one contendership match. It was supposed to be a tornado tag. Unfortunately, the card's going to change. Malcolm had to pull out week of for some work stuff, so we turned into a triple threat. Sammy Sontheimer won the match, and he got himself a new bodyguard in Jeff Steele. And Amanda used some Japanese cold spray to blind Shelby, and we had to deal with Shelby being blind for the back half of the show after his match, and that was
blinded. Oh my
Wait
God.
till you see the footage. There's footage. Jeremy was trying to help him, and he just would not let Jeremy help him, and it was a mess.
Don't be stubborn, Shelby. Get help when you get blinded by Japanese
he
free
was
spray.
Listening to his horse and not medical professionals. So
yeah,
what do you
Shelby
expect?
apparently thought I was wrestling at one point, connecting all the time. I'm getting rolled up. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, he got rolled up during the match. Yeah, he ref the match.
Oh, you did? Good. Okay.
Shelby was rolling people up and decided to roll up JHawk and try to get the win. He didn't know what the hell he was doing.
How many bumps, JHawk, in that match you took? Just one?
I would get.
All right, but I'm glad you're getting back into it. You're taking some real bumps going on.
I'll let's be honest. I'm not calling that a bump.
I'm hoping that you. I'm hoping there's a. Hey, I'm hoping there's a destroyer spot in your future, JHawk. That's all.
No, not a chance in hell. I'm telling you right now, Butters, not a chance in hell. You cannot pay me enough.
Dude, I don't think you could do a backflip. I ain't trying to make you do a backflip. I ain't dumb. Jesus, give me some credit.
Oh my God, I would do anything for one destroyer spot, JHawk. I'll pay the rates for that night. Just take one.
No,
about as much as you're going to get out of me. At RAPW last weekend, the one tag match I was repping, they end up doing a dance off.
Oh boy!
And they tell me, so right at the end, you go ahead and do the Saturday Night Fever gimmick, and we'll cut you off, and that'll be the end of it.
Okay.
Now I'm a 46-year-old white guy who dances like a 56-year-old white guy. Doing the dance like a 66-year-old white guy.
Yep.
And when they cut me off, the crowd actually starts chanting, "Let him dance! Let him dance!" And even I'm looking at her like, "Did you not fucking see that?"
Oh my God! So So you had to dance, and they made you dance for a while.
Basically, I had to do it a second time. I ended up going back to the Fahrenheit Fever thing, and then I broke into the Cabbage Patch just to be like, okay, are you convinced I can't do this now?
Oh my God. Well,
I'm sure there's footage. I do not want to see it.
Well, that's something I would have liked to have seen. I think we need to get some
and
of
then to cap off JHawk being an old man, we went to Negative Outlook Wrestling, which
Now, where's that?
It was in West Virginia. It was about a 2-hour drive for us from my place.
In Morgantown, West Virginia, just past the state line.
Yeah,
okay.
It was really nice. It was a beautiful drive down. It was really cool. Drive home wasn't bad either. Actually, I was surprised. But it's hardcore music, burlesque, and no ring wrestling.
Huh.
The first band, JHawk said he would have really liked if he could have understood any of the words they said during their songs. That was the band called King of Nothing.
And if I would have thought they played more than one song, I swear they played the same song 7 times.
And then he got really upset when they were like, "Oh, we got one more for you," and then they ended up having 2 more songs, and he got really upset that they had more songs. He said there was 1 more. Now there's 2 more. What the hell?
Yeah, because it was like, we have a couple more for you after like the 3rd song. Okay, they played 2 more, and they go, "We got 1 more for you." Okay, and that would put them about 25 minutes, half hour for their cut.
They were feeling
it. That one gets done, like, we got 2 more for you. I'm like, you literally just did that with the last fucking song.
Oh,
nobody's asked for an encore. Like, you got a polite applause.
That was like the show I went to at the Elks Lodge in Queens, and they opened up with like a metal band, and the air was just sucked out of the room. These guys were playing, and they were like amateur metal, and we're like, please, no more metal. Like, it didn't belong there. But dude, how long did they go on for? 45 minutes before the show started? An hour?
Nah, it was maybe 20 minutes. Their songs were quick.
Yeah,
JHawk was tired. He had to worry about his dog and stuff during the night, so I totally get it. Plus, we got home late from Neopro because we were out at the strip club.
Yeah. Paying for dances, premium pricing.
Yeah, I don't have to be awake that late again until I go on my vacation in a few weeks. And
okay.
So he was feeling it. So I gave him money to go get. I gave him my card to go get a Coke and a drink, something. I told him just give me something.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Crown and Coke?
I got Captain and Coke.
And Coke. And it was $7, which is not bad at all. And my drink was like $3.
Yeah. Captain and Coke and a regular Coke with a total of like $7.20 after tax.
Yeah, so it wasn't
That's
bad.
Not bad at all.
Drinks were pretty good, and he kind of calmed down after that. He got sleepy, so then it was just he wanted to go home.
How were the matches?
So
good, actually.
The first match was a 3 out of 5 falls. What's in the box match for the IW Guide Championship?
3 out of 5.
Yes.
So basically, what happened is some guy named John gave the belt up at the beginning of the night.
Right.
Told them to put it in a box. They had 4 other boxes cut up on stage. So whenever either Mikey or John pinned the other one, they got to open a box. And the first one to open the box with the IW Guide belt won the belt.
That's actually a cool idea.
And the boxes had different weapons in them. So there's a clip on our Instagram right now where they pulled out Guitar Hero guitars and had a lightsaber battle with them.
Oh my God. Whose idea was that? Was that your idea?
That was not my idea. They had everything planned. I didn't have to do anything when I showed up. I literally ran merch for Mikey. That was it.
So it was Mikey and some guy named John.
Yes.
And they were going through the boxes and they're slamming each other. Now, how did it end?
There was a very tall box on stage, and some guy named John reached in and pulled out a fake title. It was like the Child's World Heavyweight title. Right. And it was attached to a wrestler. And that wrestler and Mikey beat the shit out of John, and then Mikey got the pin and won the match and got the belt back.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. And where do they do that stuff? Like just on the floor? They're beating each other up?
Before the stage, yeah.
Wow.
So my only complaint of the whole thing, the whole match went off great. There was a spot that was discussed of Mikey holding John and letting people chop him, and I was promised I'd get to chop John, and I didn't get to chop John, and I was very upset.
Dude, at the PWJ show last night, Steve Macklin had Griffin McCoy and let everyone chop him. And there were dudes taking full swings at Griffin McCoy's chest. Good on him. I'm sure you were waiting to do that. That sucks you didn't get a chance.
JHawk told him that he does overhand, and I think that might have scared him. So
overhand get the better count. No,
Big Show style. Well, if you get his chin up enough and you can light it,
I just wanted to be like yelling, while it's being filmed, be like, "This is for stealing the belt, you son of a bitch," and then chop him. And I didn't get to do it. I was very bummed. But overall, the show was fun. We stayed. We watched MV versus Brandon St. James after that. The burlesque was really cool. I got to hang out with Ziggy for a little bit and talk with her. So that was a nice treat.
Good.
And then we were just like, all right, it's time to go. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock by that point. We're like,
about 11 o'clock. About 11 o'clock at that point.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Who puts on that show? Who was Negative Outlook? Who puts it on?
Negative Outlook is owned by a guy named Chris Frum, who is buddies with Toddy Tondera, and Toddy is the one that hooked us up with the show. Oh,
very cool. Very cool. I haven't seen I've never been in a no ring match. They stopped doing them around here. They used to do them in Brooklyn a lot. So.
New Fear City and stuff like that.
Yeah. That was a big thing. MV was doing a lot of those, and Casanova Valentine.
Can we give a shout out, Butter, to that BC Mac, that barbecue place next door to the venue? Oh my God! That food
so
was
Toddy told us to get there early, right? Like he told us, like he's like, I usually get there at 5 o'clock, 5:30. So we get there at 5. I'm carrying a giant fucking thing of shirts. It's hot as hell out. We start walking down, trying to find the building. None of them look like what we're looking for. Nobody's around. Finally, this guy and this other guy come out from the chicken place, the BC Mac place, and he's like, "Hey, if you're here for the show, nobody's here yet. Like, you can come chill in here with us, and the air conditioning. That way, you're not hot." So we let them finish their cigarette, whatever. We're kind of talking, trying to figure it out. I was messaging some people and be like, "Hey, we're here. What the hell?" And so he goes back inside. We go inside. Very nice establishment. Put our stuff down, went over, was like, let's see what they got for food. I was like, it's barbecue and mac and cheese. I was like, this gotta be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking very like punk rock style, like they were playing like Deftones and stuff, like different good, like I had really good playlist going. Looked at their menu prices, they weren't terrible. So I was like, okay, I'll get a mac and cheese bowl with chicken on it, and then it was like what kind of sauce, and they had barbecue jerk.
So
I was like, fuck yeah, let's do that. So I did that, and then anybody that was there for the show got 20% off. And so I mean the price brought the food down. It was next to nothing. Like, it was very, very cheap. Plus we had like the Dorito drinks. They had those in there. Excellent. Food was excellent. It took them about 10 minutes to get the food out. We were just hanging out, recapping stuff from the night before while we were waiting. Fucking awesome place. I gave them 5 stars on Google reviews. Everybody else came over and got food after they got there. Mikey and Ziggy and everybody all came over. Some guy named John. We all got food. They all really enjoyed it. Place is awesome. Dude was awesome. He hooked me up with a free drink after. When I came back over the second time, instead of having to pay with my card again, he's just like, just take one, you're good. So very cool guy. Yeah, shout out to them. They're awesome. I can't wait to go back and hit them up again and try more food. JHawk, what did you get? What did you think?
Yeah, I got the chicken cheesesteak with the honey barbecue conch on it. Then the conch had just a little bit of a kick to it. Great flavor. Chicken cooked perfectly. And with the discount with the discount they had, getting the sandwich and the drink was cheaper than getting the sandwich by itself was printed on the menu. Like, I'm not arguing that at all.
God bless West Virginia.
Yeah, really good fucking food. Like, 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend.
Yes.
Dude, I went to the PWJ show last night, and normally we go to Bobo's for cheesesteaks, which is like supposedly they say it's it was voted like the best cheesesteak in Bergen County, which is where the venue is. But I just couldn't do the fried food, either could Fish. So Struggles and Jack and Bagel went to Bobo's, and me and Fish went and got sushi, which was great. That's the first time I've had a civilized meal before a show at the Mecca ever. And we found a nice sushi place. We had sake, and we were hanging out. And I'm like, this just makes me feel so much better. And it was very reasonable, because over here it's way too expensive to eat like that. But very reasonable, and it made the show just that much more enjoyable because you weren't full and bloated. But as I told you guys earlier, this dude he was on this one. There was like a showcase tag team to start, and the name of the team that was one of the teams was called The Prospects. The other one was Soul Heels. Soul Doesn't Fold. Heels Doesn't Fold. Something ridiculous. And then the third team was the Meadowlands Monster and some other dude. And the other dude, I feel bad I don't remember his name, Marcelo something or other. He took a side slam into an elbow from the guys from The Prospects, and they basically fell on his face and just split his face open from his nose to his eyeball. And he was bleeding all over the place. And they had to take him out, and I heard his eyeball was falling out, and they had to put the wrap around his head over one eye, because when they took him out, it was just blood everywhere, and they had to stop and it didn't get off in time because they had to clean up all the blood and I guess use the bleach and everything. But they stretchered him out. His head splattered. So anyone who's doing this stuff, I know Sam Laterna came out, she was like, wrestling is very unpredictable. You got to make sure you know what you're doing. You're going to kill somebody out there if you do something like that. So it was ugly, and it set the night off in a weird pacing. But they had, we got to see Top Flight. We got to see Steve Macklin. We got to see Ortiz, who does like I don't know if you guys have seen Ortiz wrestle since he's been out of AEW, but he does he calls it, he calls it Funky Monkey or something. And he comes out and he looks like Freddie Mercury. He has like a little pencil thin mustache, and he has his hair back in braids, and he wears like overalls, and he dances. Like he how Santana does like this tough guy thing. Ortiz is very smiley and does a lot of dancing, but he still does some of his power moves. I didn't really understand if that was like the gimmick where he was going, but that's what he does. Everybody's chanting "funky like a monkey," funky or something like that. I'm like, all right. So, but Charles Mason won, and JHawk, this would have drove you nuts. The match was under regular rules, and at the end of the match, Charles Mason takes his belt off and starts choking Ortiz, and when Ortiz is almost unconscious, he gives the belt to the ref, and then he pile drives Ortiz for the win. Now, you're not allowed to take the belt off, right? Like, that's the whole rule. If your belt's part of your costume, part of your tights, it's fine if it's on you. But you can't undo the belt, take it off, and then choke a guy.
You can't choke a guy anyway if it's regular rule, belt or no belt.
Yeah, so that's what happened there. And then Priscilla Kelly was supposed to come, and she canceled. And then Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian were supposed to come, and they canceled. So we ended up having like a 5-way with Ava Everett and a bunch of people. And then Emily Ray or something, she ended up becoming the PWJ women's champ. And we got to see Deonna Purrazzo, who was like the special guest. So she came out and wrestled a match, which was cool. And they did a 5-way for this like hardcore title that Alan Angels won. So it was wild. Like the card itself, it's on High Spots. So one day maybe we'll all watch it, but like the card itself the matches weren't bad at all. Like they're seeing Miracle Generation versus Top Flight was really good. The 5-way was really good. The 5-way women's was really good. I would say the show all in all, definitely delivered, but it was 4 hours plus. You can't do an AEW style show at the Mecca at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock on a Sunday. It's just not, you just can't do that. You're just going to kill everybody in there. But, it is what it is. But it was a fun night. I went with Struggs and Jack and Bagelmonger and Fish. And again, we get there early, so we sit there and kind of watch things. And it's always fun to see guys set up and play out some moves in the ring and things like that. So it was definitely a good day. It takes my mind off things.
Shout outs.
Hey-o.
At 50 minutes into this, this podcast. Let's go with Zach, Andrew, Patty.
Hey, Patty.
Hey, Patty. I know we hadn't said hello in a few weeks. Hello. Yep.
Patty called a picture of me being rolled up and sent me a message. Are you okay? Just a roll up, Patty. I'm fine.
You okay? Patty, wait till he takes a destroyer. Then you really can ask if he's okay.
I'm not taking a fucking destroyer, Josh.
I got to give a special shout out to one Derek Dillinger this week, who helped agent the 3-way at Neo Pro and also helped with the promos post Neo Pro. Thank you for doing that for me. Appreciate it.
Derek's a sweet boy. Thank you, Derek.
Derek, the director, actually directing.
Yes.
The director. Derek direction. Right. Live in it, brother.
All right. What's on?
What's on this weekend?
All right. Over on the Triller TV powered by Fight kind of thing, this coming Saturday, August 2nd at 1 p.m., Game Changer Wrestling presents Josh Barnett, Bloodsport 14 from East Rutherford, New Jersey, The main event, well, the top match announced at any rate, Natalia against Masha Slamovich.
Damn.
Also good for the card. The only other match that's announced at this point is Janai Kai against Jordan Blade. But among the talent in action will be Charlie Dempsey, Pete Dunne, Timothy Thatcher, Blade, Jonathan Gresham, Nick Camarado, Simon Gotch, Matt Mako, and Dominic Guarini.
That is a fucking stacked card, by the way.
Give me Dominic Guarini, Pete Dunne right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
all for that.
Nick Camarado versus Slade, and he just takes Slade and he pops his head off like a Diet Coke bottle. Can't stand Slade. Anyway.
Yeah, I will not be home to watch that show live, but I might have to make time over the weekend and catch that. The Blood Force shows are fun anyway, and that's a killer freaking lineup.
And over on the Independent Wrestling Television Network, by the way, I'm just going to tell Danny DeManto, you know it is SummerSlam weekend, and yet ICW No Holds Barred is going to be in Boston. It's going to be Saturday, August 2nd at 8 p.m. on IWTV. It is No Holds Barred Volume 81. Akira versus Reed Bentley, Cruel versus Bear Bronson, Tommy Trainwreck versus Casanova Valentine, Dale Patricks, Demetria Alexandrov. The IWTV Independent Wrestling Tag Team Championship is on the line. 4825, that's Jaden Newman and Jameson Shook versus the Pillars, Tommy Vendetta and MM3. Nathan Mowry and Hoodfoot versus John Wayne Murdoch versus Dr. Redacted. That's for the World Deathmatch Championship. And then a special match, Danny DeManto versus Ludark. And that is all on Saturday night on the Independent Wrestling Television Network. Even though I'm just telling you, Danny, it is SummerSlam weekend. I can't, people are going to be... I hope to see everybody this weekend who's coming out at either that ridiculous podcast I'm going to or WrestleCon or the GCW show. So if you see any of the crew from IW Guide or the Main Event Network, say hello and let's watch some wrestling. It'll be fun.
I thought everybody was going to be celebrating my birthday on Saturday.
Your birthday's on Saturday. Oh, yeah. Lord. All right, I'll send you some loot so you get yourself something nice.
Yeah, I will have a couple of cheap beer at the Guardians game in your honor, Butter.
Thank you.
Try to figure out which player gonna fucking throw a ball in the first pitch and fucking end his career on Saturday. Oh man!
And all your guys are just gambling addicts. They're all just creeps.
Yeah,
every one of them.
I'll say this much here: if they're actually like throwing bad pitches on purpose for gambling purposes, fuck them all. However, what does baseball expect when they've got fucking Bet365 and there's all the fucking stadiums all over the goddamn place? Like, you can't take money from gambling and then get pissed off when people are gambling. I'm sorry.
JHawk, ixnay on the betting stuff, K, or whatever it's called. We're sponsored by DraftKings over here. You can't do that.
Yeah, you know what? Well, here's the thing. DraftKings sponsors us. We're not going to get banned for fucking gambling.
I don't gamble anyway, DraftKings, so... anyway.
I will say Neo Pro Wrestling, Gold Rush Royale, August 9th is coming up. Mikey Montgomery will be facing Sammy Suntheimer. I got some surprises for Sammy now that he's deciding to be an annoying pain in the ass on Twitter. I'll be showing up and laying the law. So,
when do we get to one day slap the hell out of some guy named John for actually stealing our title and talking all that shit? And now what, John?
I mean, the feud may not be over. It could always rekindle down there in West Virginia. You never know.
If he wants a piece, I will be at WrestleCon on Friday. You can find me there. You don't live that far. You could find me over here when all the nonsense is going on for SummerSlam weekend. I'm not really that excited about it being here. I'm just not.
I don't blame you. I also announced for Neo Pro Wrestling. It's getting announced technically tomorrow, so this comes out Thursday, but everybody will know by then. The pre-show match for Gold Rush Royale is going to be Bax, which is going to be Sid and Vic Weiss going against Unsigned Don't Care, Gary J, and Aaron Williams. Sorry, Zay, your loss in the triple threat means you're not in the match. Hope you can figure out something to do on that show that day. All right. It's been an hour or close to.
We got a lot to catch up on. It's been 2 weeks.
Let's get into our review. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Doing a review.
All right, and we are covering Expect the Unexpected Wrestling Summer Madness 3, which took place July 13th, 2025, from the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, and aired live on independentwrestling.tv. Jack Sullivan and Lincoln Marino, your commentary team. JGold, you were there live?
Yes, sir. Me and a crew, we had the whole JGold section. It was great. There were 7 of us in the front row on one side of the ring. It was a ton of fun. And I will say, the new ramp, the new setup for ETU is pretty cool, and it eliminates any kind of craziness that it's going to go on that side that might injure somebody.
Yeah, I think I said this the last ETU review we did, but I think they built that ramp for that cool purpose that nobody killed themselves doing a dive on that guy. But
that's correct. I believe that is part of it. Yes, definitely part of it.
You know, the show opened. It is scheduled to be Braden Toon against Conan Lycan, but Conan Lycan is not here. So Devious Cass is the substitute in the opening matchup.
And he, you know what? He really impressed me. I got to be honest. I forgot where they said what school he was from or like what area. I think he's from Jersey somewhere. But he's supposed to be the author. Devious Cass, right?
Devious Cass.
Yeah, he's the author. I was like, he didn't come out with a book or nothing, but that's what he's called. And I was very, very impressed by him, to be honest.
This kid is 18 years old, and if he can stay healthy, and with his style, that's my biggest concern, is staying healthy.
Yeah.
He got so much upside if he can stay healthy.
Now, you've never heard of him either, right? I never saw this dude ever in my life.
First time I've seen him. He's 18. He can't be wrestling that long. Like, most kids have a rule against that.
Right. Butters, what do you think of that kid?
I thought he was all right. There was, I'll be honest, there's a lot of the show that just did not make me sit up and pay attention. Nothing against the people. It's just, I don't know. There was a segment of the show. And once that segment happened, then I was locked in for the rest of the show, but it didn't happen for quite a bit. So,
okay. Well, I love Braden Toon. I love the, it's a different feel when you watch ETU, you watch the East Coast guys, even last night on PWJ, it's just a different type of indie. And Braden Toon, who I think is going to be doing a lot more, ETU, a lot more East Coast stuff. I think he's looking to move. I like what he does. I mean, he's like the most unexpected type of guy. You look at him when he's not in the ring, and then he gets in the ring, and he's just this like fire hydrant that flips around and does all sorts of stuff. So I was very, I enjoyed it very much, that match. That's a good way to start off.
I almost looked into booking him for September.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
interesting. He's great. I highly recommend.
I mean, he's still an option for next year, but
and he's young. He's like 20.
Super limited right now for what I can do for this year. So
yeah.
But this fun little match. Crowd chanting, this is awesome. 5 minutes into the opening match. And at one point, we got a Phoenix Splash from over halfway across the ring. Just that incredible freaking distance on it.
Yep.
Braden Toon gets the win in 6 minutes and 57 seconds with the Tiger Driver. This is one of my favorite matches of the show. Like, I love this match. It's a great way to kick things off.
And it was tight. Like, the timing was perfect. It didn't overstay its welcome at all. And that's how, when you're doing those type of matches, you want it to be like that. So I liked it. I thought it was very tight and to the point.
The show, for the most part, is really tight to the point. If you take out the intermission, you had a nice little 3-hour show here. No. Yeah,
and there was one match, we'll talk about it later, that I didn't think was really necessary. But once I found out like why it was where it was, I got it a little more. But I thought as far as the timing goes, it was right on pace.
Okay. We get a pre-tape promo from The Expected, taped after the last show, which is basically Matt Mako stirring the pot. Hey, you guys sucked this week. This show, what the hell's going on? And Akira Kwan basically going, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And that sets up our test of heart. No count out, no time limit. Matt Mako against Akira Kwan.
And they were all over the place for this one too. Like they were. Oh, and I don't know if it was on the card, but was it JHawk? Was the scramble with Junie on the card, or was that the pre-show? Did we not cover that?
The Four Corners match? I was on the show.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about that
right
later.
After intermission.
Okay. So yeah. So these guys beat each other up pretty badly. It wasn't as. I mean, it's hard when you come off a match like the Toon match that was so like move that like these guys slowed the pace down a lot. And I think with the guys I was with, they enjoyed it because they've never seen like it paced out. And I said, oh, okay, these guys are going to like slow it up a bit and kind of hit each other very hard. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I like about ETU is they do a very good job for the most part of not having too many of the same style match back to back.
Right.
Yeah, some places will do. We have 3 hardcore matches. Let's do all 3 hardcore matches back to back. No, don't do that. Spread it out.
Well, do you know?
You got your big fat paced match open. Now you got a nice lower match.
Well, do you know? You know what I didn't realize, that Ikuro Kwan only wrestles for ETU and MLW. That's it. He doesn't wrestle anywhere else. He only wrestles for the 2 companies. And I mean, I think it's time we give Matt Mako like a ton of credit for the like the reinvention of himself. He stopped being, Weapon X, and he's just a lot more. I feel like he's locked in. Like, he just looks like he's a lot more locked in on the indies. So, you're going to see him at Bloodsport. You see him at ETU. They use him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Coleman at one point, he could probably make up respecting rope break, but the rules are no count out, not no DQ.
Right.
We had to break.
Well, I actually asked that question during the match. I was like, I thought this match is everywhere. Why are we breaking? But they did respect the rope breaks.
Yeah, but they announced no count out. They did not announce no disqualification. So I assume that to mean that he could still get disqualified.
I guess, yeah. I wasn't 100% sure on that one, but yes, you're probably right.
Yeah, but again, good commission, good strike. Mako 1 point yell. I told you the expected run. ETU. Quan shout, you're goddamn right. Hit him with a shining record for the pin in 13:22. And then we get the show of respect after the match. The expected does not break up. They're still together.
Yeah, it was more of like a like, hey, this is what we do to keep, like, we beat you in, and if you don't do well, we need to see, you need to prove it. So
it's brother fighting, basically.
Yeah.
We get a pre-tape promo from Becca where she's preparing for her world tour and just can't be bothered to face Janai Kai again when she's already beaten Kai once. And then we go from to our next matchup, and it's Janai Kai against Lena Cross.
She took. I was very happy to watch Lena. What's her name? Lena Cross.
Lena Cross.
Yeah. First of all, I've never seen her before, and she was a head and shoulders above as far as her presentation, and she was beautiful. So watching her and watch Janai Kai like beat the crap out of her was awesome. I was like, I have never seen this woman before in my life. Apparently, she's on like on an East Coast like tour where she's going to be doing a bunch of shows. So they brought her in from Australia.
Yeah, I'm very happy with what I caught of her as well. Yeah, she's tall. She's got a good look about her.
Mm-hmm.
Did a good job playing heel. Really nice job playing heel.
Yep.
Willing to take whatever Janai Kai willing to give out.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I would. Yeah. Again, her being from Australia, naturally, she's probably not going to be around much, but I'd like to see more of her.
But she was another one who was kind of built a little Rhea Ripley-ish. She's very tall. Long arms, broad shoulders. And I feel like a lot of those Australians who come out, especially the women, kind of train all the same, kind of have a similar physique. As like Rhea Ripley, like some of the newer kids. I'm not talking about like Shazza or anybody like that, but this girl was like 6'1", and she had, she was ripped, and you were just like, okay, I take her seriously. It was a struggle for Janai, so that was good.
It was Janai Kai getting the win with the Dragon Sleeper in 809.
Yep.
And what I like it was not a tap out. Cross tapped out to it because they kept her strong.
Mm-hmm. And I think you could probably get her back in here in the next few months. It would do okay, but I think the main goal is to get to Janai versus Becca. So.
Yep. And when the match ends, Green Anchor Bobby Banks does say that Becca was watching and she will return.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely taking that somewhere down the line. From there, we have tag team action. Expected member Gabriel Sky and Austin Luke taking on Alec Price and Ken Broadway.
And Alec Price was a special guest. He was late addition. And fuck yeah, when his music hit, I was super amped about that because he just does everything right. He looks great, by the way. Butters, you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
He's all jacked and he's shredded and he's tan and he looks like he's putting on some more muscle. I mean, it's a pleasure to watch him, like his evolution.
Oh, that chicken and rice, baby.
Aren't we all on that? Yep.
Yeah, but fun match right from the beginning. The Expect and Broadway are fighting before Price even hits the ring. So stuff going on before the match even officially start.
Yep.
10 seconds after the bell rings, Price dives on top of everybody. A note I made here that does not age well, and I really want to see Price against Sky one-on-one.
Gabe
we'll talk about it in a minute, but that does not age well.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, but But
Oh, boy.
I can only find a record of one singles match between them, and that was 3 years ago at Wrestling Open. You think about how much both of these guys have improved since then. Love to see that. Love to see that match.
Yeah, and instead,
Yeah, we get a great match up here. Kurokwon and Matt Mako do come out to ringside for the distraction at one point, and then Price signals Broadway to dive on top of everybody, and then super kicks Broadway instead.
yep.
Price kicked to Broadway. Guy comes in and gets the pin in 15-18. And then afterward, Price continues to beat down, gives some love to the Expected. So it looks like the Expected has a new member.
Yes, they do. And that's, you know what? That gives ETU and it gives their top heel faction a lot of credibility now. Like, to have Alec Price in that faction and kind of being the face, you can't go wrong. He's a good bad guy. I don't understand if he's a face anyway when he wrestles. I know that people like him, so they make him whatever. But when he puts on his crazy eyes, he can definitely work as a heel. It's definitely good.
So post-match, Price gets on the mic and basically said that he joined the Expected because he didn't get booked by ETU for a year and felt disrespected.
Yep.
And then Akira Kwan challenging ETU to send their best 5 after them. So I don't know if they're going to do elimination or war games or what they're planning on for it, but 5-on-5 at some point.
Yeah, I don't think at the next show it's going to be, but I think the one in December we're going to see something like that.
It'll be a 5-on-5 tickle fight.
Stupid.
And then the Killionaire Club comes out and runs off the Expected, leading into the intermission.
Yeah.
And we come back from the intermission with a 4-corner survival match. BK Westbrook, Junie Underwood, Ultra Jaguar, and Big Boofa Desmond Cole.
Boofa. And I will say, Junie Underwood, by the way, he got thrown out at one point. He was laying on me, and his hair was very wet and very conditioned, and he smelled lovely. So I give him credit. You know, you never want a guy falling on you and they smell awful. Junie smelled lovely. I will give him that. And his hair was very conditioned.
Junie Underwood is one of those guys that I saw at 880 and was like, he's going to be big. And then we had him on the show, and you could just tell by his work ethic he was going to be big. And look where he's at. He's doing DPW. He's doing ETU. He's doing all this stuff. He's everywhere.
And this, by the way, go ahead, Jared,
he did the Chris Bay tribute show a few months ago in Vegas.
He's going to be wrestling at Enjoy in August. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can use him in a ton of different scenarios. Like he's definitely not the kind of guy that would, if you're like, oh, I need a guy, but I can't use him. Like, you can absolutely use him in a ton of different scenarios. And the fact that he smells nice doesn't hurt. So, you know, but they were all over the place during that match. They were on our side, like on the floor, most of that match in different spots. But Big Boof is so over in New York and New Jersey that like you can't deny him there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there was so much going on in this match. I didn't bother to try to write down moves or anything like that. I did write down the finish. Junie hits a Thunderfire powerbomb to Jaguar. Boofa breaks up the pin with a Swanton. Westbrook tries to steal the pin, but Boofa shit cans him and gets the pin anyway at 8:14.
Yep, and Westbrook was a complete douche too. Like he plays a very good heel. I like it very much.
And I guess I'll break the news right now then. I just signed BK Westbrook to come wrestle for the IW Guide title in September. Whoever wins against Sammy or Mikey will face BK Westbrook in September.
Look at that shit. BK Westbrook, he had nice tights, so you can't go wrong. Good presentation.
Yeah,
he'll really heal it up.
Him.
Yep. Where's that show going to be?
That'll be in Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
After the match, Big Boofa cutting a post-match promo. He coming back from his injury. Bishop cut him off. He put her up on Cam Holloway. Cam Holloway occurred. He also coming back from an injury himself.
Yep.
He challenges Big Boofa to be Big Scam's replacement.
Well, first Bishop went ahead and started calling everybody Bishopaholics. I wasn't sure what he was doing. But he like some dude was yelling at him, you know, Baby Sid, and I'm like, no, he likes that. You could do that. That's okay. You're not hurting him by calling him Baby Sid. But he was I thought the Bishop Holics thing was I mean, I don't know how you guys didn't like crack up about it, because for a guy with his presentation, did it fit right there? Maybe not, but it's so fucking funny. But he was that match, they go right into that match where it was for the number one contender, the key to the East, so to speak, and they get a real key.
Yeah, I saw it. There was a key that he was holding up with the 4.
Yes, there's a real key. Old fourth rope.
At the Gonko meeting, back-to-back matches for referee Shiny Shoe. He was already out there for the 4-way.
Yep.
Desmond tried his best.
It was a fun little match. It was short.
Yep.
Buffa almost had him with a flying splash at one point. He came very close to getting the win. But it was Bishop hitting the 187 for the pin in 6:14.
That's right.
I would like to see this with both guys completely healthy, both guys completely fresh. Give them a few more minutes.
Yeah. And with Josh being the number one contender now, there is a very big opportunity now to have Bishop versus Santana. I'm not sure when that would be. I'm just saying
Josh brings home the key to the East to the IW Guide podcast because he actually shows up and comes on the podcast.
Yep.
Whereas opponents don't.
Well, I'm angling for Jay Bougie to come on in the fall. So we're going to try that too.
Well, we have
Bishop will definitely.
I was starting to book, as you know, book out August and September. So give me some names. We got to fill some dates. I got a handful, but I need you to,
we could definitely use Bishop and get him in here. We could use Bougie. There's a bunch of guys, ETU guys I'd love to talk to and just kind of figure it out. Cause now they're stretched out to like all different places. I mean, having Junie on there, now means you're getting guys from, out of state, and that's pretty cool. So, Bishop now the number one contender, going to go up against Santana somewhere down the line. I mean, you can't knock that.
I mean, if Bishop brings home the gold to IW Guide,
yeah,
we could continue this war that we secretly have going on with ETU, at least that I have going on with them.
I'm all for it.
Our next matchup for the ETU Atlantic Tag Team Championship, the Billionaire Club defending the title against the High Flying Star Machine.
This is a great match, by the way.
Have you ever seen Bojack fly high?
I saw him I've seen him twice before. I saw him 2 times at the Mecca at DPW. No, one time, at White Eagle in Jersey City, and then one time at the Mecca. He is a sight, by the way, to behold. He is an absolute vision.
Okay, Bojack is the Star Machine of the High Flying Star Machine.
I know. I figured that. He hit Bougie so hard at one point that all the tape from his fingers went flying off.
What is a Star Machine? I don't understand what that is.
He makes stars. He's a star machine. He puts out 5-star matches. He makes stars. Bojack's the man.
Is he Meltzer's favorite wrestler? Because he makes stars for Meltzer to give out.
Only in the Tokyo Dome.
Could be. Yeah. I thought even the guys who I brought who've never been to a show were like, between him and PB, those are 2 massive human beings in the ring, and I saw it move a few times, that ring.
You say whatever you want to. I know there are a lot of the so-called smart fans that don't like the bigger wrestler. Mm-hmm. But anytime 2 big guys stare each other down, it always gets a pop. You always feel that anticipation.
Of course. Everybody goes nuts.
It works. Whether you like the talent or not, it worked.
I mean, look, I think they love the belts are on Bougie and PB for a reason. The Billionaires Club is a fun gimmick, and Kenny Broadway is back. So there's a lot going on there, and I like what they bring. And that team was like was the only. The ETU doesn't book a ton of tag teams like in a big. They have to go out and get a lot of indie guys, but that was a match that made 100% sense. And Bojack and PB and Bojack and Bougie doing stuff together was absolutely awesome.
JHawk says, give him 2 big guys or 2 big women. He'll have a heart on either way.
You were waiting for that, I think.
Yeah, he's been waiting the entire review to say that line.
I'm saying it felt like he was waiting for it, but yeah.
And here's poor Shiny Shoe. 3 referees on the show. Each referee got 3 matches. Shiny Shoe had to work all 3 of his back to back.
You know what? You put in the work, Shiny Shoes. You'll be fine. It's good for you.
Shiny Shoe can great referee, but
it's good cardio. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you know who couldn't do that? That old fuck Porter O'Shea. He couldn't fucking handle that.
Yeah, Porter O'Shea actually came up to me on Friday and go, I need that JHawk contract.
One
Porter's an NWA guy, isn't he? Isn't he an NWA something or other, whatever
Exodus,
they call it?
Yeah.
Exodus, yeah. Huh.
He posted a bunch of photos from the show. He didn't post the ones where he's on the ground with his mouth open with his hand up. I can't wait to take those and fucking edit them.
Okay. After the match, we get the show of respect. The Billionaire Club announcement that they're going to have their own show coming up on September 28th called I Really Mean It.
Yeah, and I heard that there's going to be a fun. There's a few things that ETU is going to add up for Killionaires Club there, and there may or may not be some fun segments with the Killionaires Club that day. So they deserve it. Jay Bougie works really hard. PB works really hard, and Jay Bougie's like a New York staple now. He was there last night too at the PWJ show. So
Okay. From there, we have the semi-main event, whatever you want to call it, for the Independent Wrestling World Championship. Marcus Mather defending against A-Game Joseph Alexander. Joseph Alexander in his 200th career match. Marcus Mather coming straight from Paris, France, and barely making it to the building in time for this match, but he won the match so much.
he did, and that was my one. This was the one I was saying before. I love A-Game. He could have been in the scramble, but I think this match made the show get a little long in the tooth at the end of the show. Like, it was, you were ready after that Bojack match. You were ready for the main event, and it just took a little bit of wind out of the building to have that, to have like another 12 or 13 minutes of Mathers and A-Game. Even though I love A-Game and I know Mathers is like a fan favorite, but it was not necessary. There was just one match too many on the card, and I think I get it because he was late and it didn't fit. It didn't fit in the flow. You know what I mean? Because you could have went right from the tag match to the main, and it just kind of ate up a little bit of time as people were kind of deflating. So, I mean, it's nobody's fault. You just try to get that match in there, and it just kind of extended the show a little too long.
Yeah, I can hear where you're coming from with that. I liked the match. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really did like the match.
I saw some of it while I was talking to Bishop, and we were over in the corner there chatting it up, but I was watching it, and I just think, you could feel it. Like my friends were like, oh, we got to go home soon. And I was like, there's one more. Like, I felt bad, and they were loving it, but they were like, we had to get them back somehow. The main event got everybody back. So that was a good thing.
Yeah. A couple of times where A-Game slipped a little bit. One time A-Game went for a springboard cutter. Mathers does a great job of covering for this.
Mm-hmm.
At one point to make it look like, obviously, it wasn't going to look planned no matter what you did with it. But Mathers does a great job of it not being obvious that they fucked up.
Mm.
And then A-Game eventually does end up hitting the cover and getting a near fall with it. Mathers gets the pin with the Broad Street Buster, 15 minutes and 39 seconds. I will maybe agree, a couple minutes too long, especially Mathers making that long flight.
Sure. 15 minutes, a long time. But
we get the post-match promo where Mathers talked about how he made the flight from Paris. Just because he wanted this match that bad, but A-Game's the future, he put A-Game over. Yep. So that's another show of respect at the end of a match. And then we go to that main event for the Key to the East Championship. The champion, Mike Santana, the challenger, Calvin Tankman. And I love the dynamic of this match. You got, Calvin Tankman, big guy who can work. Mike Santana, that crowd loves anyway. Mm-hmm. Now he's got to fight from underneath for most of the match.
Tankman talks a lot of shit during his matches. He does not stop talking. I don't remember him being so chatty in any of the other shows that I've seen. He talked so much shit. It was great. The two of them were slapping the piss out of each other. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. Got everybody back, and everybody when I went home was like, that match, that main event was awesome. Santana was awesome. That was something that people really liked, and I'm all for it. I think Calvin Tankman should be on. He should get a little more momentum again. I don't know if either one of you know why he's not like. I don't feel like he has the same momentum as he did from a few years ago.
No, it's like he kind of disappeared from a lot of the indies that he was working.
Yeah.
And it's just real sporadic now. So I don't know.
He was in AIW too, wasn't he?
Yeah. He worked AIW several times.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I feel like he dropped off the earth and that was the end.
He definitely lost some momentum. He's still working regularly. Just a quick look at the cage match. He had 6 matches in May, 4 in June. It's not like he's not getting work almost every weekend, but
I felt like he was everywhere for a while, and he was.
He was in a lot more stuff that we watched on a regular basis. It seemed like he's not in those places now; he's in other places. So
yeah, totally agree.
Whatever works for him.
But this was a TV match. These guys worked a hell of a style, and it didn't feel like an indie match. It felt like a really big main event, and I think it's just when you see a guy like Santana. And then you look at a lot of different indie guys, and you're like, this guy is a star. Like he just is. He's on TV every week. He's on TNA. He's on NXT. His body looks, different than everyone else's. He's just a television, body and made for this. And I you just sometimes you forget when you're at an indie show and then you see a guy of that quality and you're like, wow, like that's what I want. That's how you get people in and out of the match. That's how you like bring it home. Like he just knows what he's doing.
No, but definitely a very fun main event. Santana gets the win with the spinning lariat, 1638. Again, I love that dynamic of Santana coming from having to fight from behind. The crowd's already into him anyway, and then he gets sympathy on top of it.
Yeah.
Then after the match, Santana put Tankman over on the mic. So if you're keeping score at home, this is the fourth show of respect after a match on a 9-match card. And 3 straight matches.
It's funny you say that. Me and Fish last night were sitting next to Andrew, and every time somebody did a post-match get over promo, we're like, nope, we should ban these from wrestling. There is no need for after-match promos getting someone over or giving somebody the rub after. Like, no, we don't need it. It's not Chris Dickinson. It's not Danny DeManto. It's all these. We don't need it. You don't have to put somebody over every time you wrestle. It's okay.
I mean, like, at least with the Killionaire Club kind of putting the Star Machine over after their match, it was a handshake. There was no promo. Yeah, but at the same time, like, when it's happening after every match, who's actually getting over by putting somebody over like that? This is something you need to save for special occasions, important matches. And it's like anything else, you do it too much and it loses its meaning.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Thank your opponent in the locker room.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I get why they do it, but that you're definitely right. And I think there were a ton of dudes who do it after every match now, and you're just like, oh, here it comes. Like, but it's funny. We even joked about Santana doing it. He had to do it at Slammiversary. Like, he even did it at the end of Slammiversary. It's like, no more after match promos. It's not necessary. Everybody knows Calvin Tankman in that room.
Okay, no, I'm not going to lie. I did not watch Slammiversary. Was he putting Trick over or?
No, he didn't put anybody over. He was trying to help the fans because they were so angry when he lost that the place was just, I mean, the temperature went up in that building, 200 degrees when he lost. That's how angry people were. So he had to like calm the scene down, basically. That's when they went off the air.
Okay. I'll play devil's advocate. Everybody talking about how big the show was. Bound for Glory is their WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you're getting Dudleys and Hardys that nobody asked for, and probably Santana will win the belt. But I would have. You had your opportunity right there in his hometown. His intro was the best intro I've seen on television in a very long time. Like him walking through the crowd and the fans just losing their minds and the Puerto Rican flags going everywhere. I mean, you had the opportunity. The fans were ready to explode. Imagine that title change in New York. Then you could, every week on TNA, you could show highlights to the title change in New York, as opposed to bringing it back to wherever the hell it is for Bound for Glory. So,
yeah, but they had to have the Undertaker chokeslam the champion. They couldn't chokeslam Santana. It's more impressive if he chokeslams Trick.
Right. So
yeah.
Stupid.
I'll also say that if Masha had won earlier in the night, I think it would have gone over. Trick winning would have gone over a lot better too. And it's like both of them lost. Fuck you.
That's the noise that was going around in the building. They were like, "Come on!" They're like, you got Masha losing, and you got and those are two prominent guys, indie guys and TNA guys. You can't do that, but they did. They did anyway.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. It's WWE.
No, of course. Who's the and I say it every week, who's the partnership helping? Why do you need Trick Williams getting your belt? Like, who is that helping?
Bound for Glory is going to be in Lowell, Massachusetts, for the record.
Anyway, let's give our rating and get out of here.
Ratings.
Hours.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to give the show 4 keys to the East out of 5.
I'm going with 4.25 Bobo's deep fried cheesesteak egg rolls out of 5.
I'm going with 3.5. Exit 187 bombs.
I'll take it. I think you're very fair, Butters. I think I can understand where you're coming from. I just enjoyed it because I was there. I always give it.
There was stuff on the first half I liked. It just wasn't holding my attention. Like I'd be look at it back on my phone, look at it doing stuff on my phone, look at it doing stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
Once we got to intermission, I was locked in for the 4-way, and then when Bishop came out, I was really locked in. And then from there on, like each match, like I made sure I watched every bit of those other matches, and everything flowed from there.
Yeah, I think I can understand what you're saying. I think the first half there was no stakes. Maybe the stakes didn't feel as big, so you can't get as locked in. That Mako Akuro Kwan match could pull you out because it slowed down, but I get it. Totally get it. Plugs.
That we're running a NeoPro's potentially running a women's focused show in October, and I was trying to.
Yep, it's a perv show.
I was trying to figure out a way for Mikey to face maybe Janai Kai for the IW Guide belt in it, and so I was trying to figure.
You should call Yoya. My understanding is he can drive, so who knows?
well, Yo-Yo's not a woman, so I need a woman to face Mikey for the.
No, I meant him driving Janai.
Well, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he can come hang out because it's going to be at the club, the strip club again. So
yeah, boy. All right. JHawk plugs.
Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Ref JHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539. And my next booking will be Gold Rush Royale for Neo Pro on the 9th in Louisville, Ohio.
Sweet.
I don't have anything major since I got nothing going on until Rick calls me for work, which I don't know when that'll be, hopefully soon. So
Monsters in the Toy Box.
Yep.
All right.
I'm supposed to have hours this week. Don't know if I will or not. So we'll see.
Well, shit. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram at JGold12, and this weekend at any of these indie shows or nonsense that's going on SummerSlam. Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Our Twitter handle, IWGuide1, patreon.com/IW Guide, and Blue Sky, I think it's IW Guide. Don't forget about our merch store over at brainbustertees.com. Gorilla Press Apparel. I heard Will is doing some different things with Gorilla Press Apparel, so we'll have to see.
He shut down the website, and he's going to just like small batch orders for clients, so you can still reach out to him, but it's going to be small batch stuff.
There you go. Check out our podcast friends. We are members of the Main Event Wrestling Network, the Wrestling Junkies on the Mark Wrestling Podcast, and my show, the NXT Night Shift, Tuesday nights live at 10:15. Come check us out. At Odds with Wrestling, the card is going to change, the Super Fantastic Podcast, and Marks with Mikes. Check out our other friends, Monsters in the Toy Box, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, OKCR Creations, Stash Pages, and Pally's Beef Jerky by our very own friend Kaplan. And we'll be talking about him next week. That's all I got.
As we always say, life's short. Watch more indie wrestling.
See ya.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide, and on X or Twitter at IW Guide 1.